Hi, my name is Victoria, and I'm currently a member of the Philadelphia Eagles Cheerleaders, and today I'm going to show you how you can achieve a natural look of makeup in just 10 minutes. So what's first? Moisturizer. So what I use this morning, and I recommend definitely if you're on the go and in a rush, to use your moisturizer immediately after you get a shower or washing your face. It's super important to hydrate your skin, and if you apply your moisturizer immediately after you shower, it will give your skin that time to absorb the moisturizer and essentially give you a longer lasting look of makeup. So what is first? So what I do, in the summer I'm always constantly going to the beach and I do get a really good tan. So I always have 3 different shades of foundation. This works best for me because with 3 different shades of foundation you can blend them together and really see what works best for your skin. So here I'm going to start with 238 Fit Me Matte. You can either do matte or dewy. I love the matte look. So I'm going to just put it right here on my hand, and you don't need a lot of foundation, especially if you're going for more of a natural look and a short period of time. The first brush I am going to use is a Tarte brush. You can see at the top of the brush, it's a bit bigger brush. It will give you more of an even look, and like we said, in 10 minutes you're in a little bit more of a rush, so it will cover your face in a faster period of time. So here we go. Push back your hair a little bit so it doesn't get in there. And if you start putting on your foundation and you realize, oh, I don't have enough, I usually just go back with the top after you're pouring it a little bit on the edges, and I'll even just dab the edges like that, and you'll have a little bit extra foundation to put on your face. Okay, there we go. To give it more of a matted look, I actually go back in and with a beauty blender or any sponge-like tool you can use, you go back and just go in and matte your entire face. And that's it, your foundation's done. Next we're gonna go in and we're gonna put concealer. I like to use Fit Me shade 15. It's not too light, it's not too dark, and it personally brings out blue eyes. So I go in and you're gonna go underneath the eyelid, on both sides. A tip under your nose. I get a lot of redness under there, so I typically like to put a little bit of concealer right underneath the nose. Under the chin. And why not? Let's put a V up here for Victoria. So again, we're gonna go back in and we're gonna use the Beauty Blender again and just go back in and blend all of our concealer into our foundation. Typically, any extra concealer that I have on my Beauty Blender, I'll also bring it down my nose line. There we go, our concealer's rubbed in. Next, we want to make sure that our concealer is matted and that we finish it with a little bit of mineralizing powder. I use MAC, that works best for me, but there's a lot of brands out there you can use. Whatever works best for you. And then throw a little bit on the lid too. This will really bring out the eyes, and especially if you're in a little bit more of a rush and don't have time to put on a full eyelid of eyeshadow, we can go back and just put this in just to give us a little bit of color. Next step, we are going to just make sure that we put a little bit of powder over our entire face to give us an overall more even look and a finish. So I go in with a bigger brush, and with Mally, this is the medium shade, we're gonna put this on our entire face. And then make sure you're also putting all these colors into the neckline. You really want it to blend into your natural shade. Next, when we're going out in a rush, we want to make sure that we have a minor contour in our face. We really want to see the definition of our cheeks. So I go in with a bigger brush again, a little bit smaller than the one that I did with my entire powder on my face. And we're just going to go a little bit on our cheekbones. We also want to go up on our upper corners of our foreheads. And also on our jawline. This shade also is very universal. I like to use it especially when I'm on a rush. In the crease of my eyelid to give us a little pop of color. And this is the only color that you need. Next, we're gonna do our eyebrows, but we're definitely not gonna get into a performance eyebrow, not an eyebrow that I would do on game day because we don't have time. So what I use is Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. I don't really like the definer. I like the thinner because my eyebrows are much smaller and not as thick, so I use the definer. Here we go, we're gonna go along the edges of our eyebrow, and I don't really like to fill them in when I'm going for a more natural look. So we're just outlining the brow. Well, on the other side, we're gonna use this to brush it up, blend it in a little bit more. And within seconds, one of my brows is finished. The last couple stages, we need to make sure that we always put our blush on. It gives us a more healthy and young look. I'm using the Tarte. It is the exposed color, and here we are. It's a lot lighter, it's not really dramatic, and again, it's gonna give us that natural look. Next step is the highlighter. I like to use the Glow Kit by Anastasia. A little trick I like to use, I use a blender brush for your eyeshadow. It really makes the highlighter more defined and actually lasts longer. So I'm gonna use the Sunray color of the Glow Kit. I'm just gonna tap my brush right in there and do a little swirly motion right on the top of the cheekbone. I usually do it on top of the blush so it blends a little bit better. We can add a little bit on the tips of our nose. And then right above the eyebrows, just to give us that glow look. Okay, 2 more steps. Now we're gonna put on a little bit of mascara. I like to use the Colossal by Maybelline. Okay, our last and final step to get that natural look in just 10 minutes when you're rushing out the door or waking up late and you're on the go. I like to use Blistex. It really gives you that natural, dewy lip look. And it kind of is like a lip gloss, but there's no color. If you have time to put on a little bit of lip liner or a little bit of lipstick, go for it. Thank you so much for watching that natural look that you can just have in 10 minutes or less. If you want to leave any comments below letting us know what you want to see next, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.